All right, guys, we are back with another Warcraft Rumble video. It is time to rumble, baby. Now, before we get started, I want to give a very special thank you to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video and this channel. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure working with you. In today's video, though, I'm going to showcase my absolute favorite hero in the game, favorite leader. This leader is disgustingly good, and she gives a ton of damage and can literally change the tide of almost any game. And let's get straight to it. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck here in just a second. So again, this deck that we're going to be showing in today's video is going to be Jaina. Jaina is so strong. So with this, I'm going to be using Jaina with clear casting, which is going to allow the next skill used after Jaina, spell rather, to be cost one less gold, which is so good for cycling your spells. Obviously, I'm going to be using Griffin Rider with Mighty Throw for the +3 additional range, and then it's a cycle unit as well. Next is some of our spells. So Blizzard is a huge one. You have Brittle Ice, which enemies take 30% increased damage from physical sources, but then you also have Cold Snap if you want, which I use depending on the situation, which is freezing troops in place. Now, this one is Execute. So I use it with Bloodthirst, so that way if I have any troops near when I use it, any troops in that radius will become bloodthirsted, increasing their attack speed. And then, of course, I have Quillboro. Literally any of his talents are good. I use Bramble Burst the most because it's my personal favorite. This is, again, kind of a personal preference. I like Prowler a lot with On the Prowl because it does gain stealth, and it makes him just consistently annoying for a lot of people. And then I actually use Chain Lightning. You can cast it a second time, or you can do the one that does a stun. Very situational. I personally, when I'm running Jaina, run it where I can cast it a second time. So let's get into some PvP. I have a few different games I wanted to show you guys, but let's go ahead and get into the first one. So in the first one, I am going up against, let's see, good old-fashioned Sneed. Sneed with Greed. Sneed. So I do let my sort of gold build up a little bit, and then I go ahead and summon my good old-fashioned wolf. Again, just the ability of this wolf to be super obnoxious and do a ton of damage very quickly is apparent here. So again, I already have their tower down to half, and they are just now touching my tower. Their tower is gone, and I'm already summoning additional troops to become defensive to my units. I was going to run an Execute, but I apparently was able to just handle it myself. You can see I'm about to get boom. Tower is in time, and I go ahead and just use my lightning spell to go ahead and clear out the remaining harpies. Jaina is on her way to start poking at the tower. I've cleared out the defense, and only a few seconds have been in this game. I am just plowing through this PvP. Now you can see I wait for the Prowler to get in range, use the Execute right there. Prowler missed it. Darn it, back play on my hand. But again, I'm able to just keep the pressure and literally just blow through this, and they were actually ranked higher than me. Fun fact. Now, that's game one down. So again, it's very, very fast paced. If you have a good opener with this deck, you can do you can do endless amounts of everything. Like, it is just such a strong deck in the early game. If you get behind, it is a cheap cycle deck, so you can catch up. And you can see right now I'm doing Clean Fight and Ward, so it's a good old fashioned. This is just straight up free everything. Like, everything is balanced with a guard tower. But my favorite part about this build is that even if you get behind, you can turn it into just a straight up, instead of like a pressure deck where you just flood everyone really quickly. Instead, you can sort of play it more passively, or if you need to, you can just cycle Execute on the tower, which is very easy. It takes only 2 Executes with Jaina on the field in order to clear out a tower. So you can literally, if you can cycle fast enough and have enough gold, you can full cycle and basically take a side tower super, super fast. So in this one, I want to make sure, again, I am getting pressure everywhere. So I'm paying attention to the sappers. I want to make sure I answer that quickly, get my Quillboro out there to answer, and get his gold. I want to shut down his gold. And then I immediately shift my focus on what he is pushing. So I have progressed my lane first, which is the middle lane, and then I'm clearing out his lane as well. And you can see that I'm still being hyper annoying with, I'm just shutting down anything and everything that he is doing. And I'm still pushing on that left tower, by the way. So you can see the left tower gone, over halfway done on his main tower. And that was with basically one big push. You can see my, my good old fashioned wolf pup is right there taking and finishing off for us with Jaina. Again, full just flood. Answer your push, focus on your push first, and the order in which you drop everything is super, super important with this deck. It's very easy to clear. If either of these guys were running Blizzard, you can see that Jaina is in my top 3. And I love Jaina for that reason. She's always in my top 3 because she's actually the first leader that I got gold. She's actually the only thing I think I have gold right now. So I prioritize Jaina heavily compared to any other unit. Now, old Murk-Eye can be a little hairy. Again, they also have the flood ability of just flooding your base. So I make note of that, and I want to make sure I have a Blizzard ready for that where possible. So again, get my Griffin Rider out, get a good old Wolf Pup. I cycle on the base. I probably could have done that a little bit better with Core Barrel and then caught the their mage there and then done it. A little out of order on my end, pretty poor execution, but overall I was able to get enough pressure on the tower. I probably could realistically could have captured the tower had I done that rotation correctly. So again, not that it's a high skill gap, but it's very easy to mess up. It's easy to do wrong and hard to do perfectly. So make sure you pay attention to that. You want to make sure that you are just paying hyper close attention to what's coming next. I must have not even looked to see if Cool Bro was coming. And now you can see that I'm basically on the defensive foot. My gold is out. He has a nice push coming. That's his Blizzard, I might add. And he has been getting more gold. Now, he did just use a 4 cost and didn't kill my wolf, which is pretty painful. I execute, which is going to get this pretty close to dead based off its current life level. I do get the wolf in range to get the attack, and I did get the tower. Now, things could change very because I have to defend this tower, which is very hard to do when it's that close. So I'm able to, okay, I was gonna say, do I Blizzard right there? No way. I think I get the tower here, but then I'm already starting my push on the another lane. So while he's able to stop it at the last second and interrupt the tower, I can keep my pressure going on that other lane with Prowler. So Prowler is starting damage. I have Execute ready. I'm still answering his little push there. He Blizzards it, and I'm like, okay, fine. Free hits on your base, homie. About a third of his health is down from 1 Prowler. That's a 3 cost that did a third of his health on his main tower. He got nothing out of that. He just slowed down his tower that I was taking. He just slowed down me taking it. Again, nothing is done to my base. Literally nothing. I do a slow push on a Prowler, sort of get a second push ready because I had a feeling this tower was not going to be able to get captured in time. Then I go ahead and answer with a Cool Burrow. He starts to do his little Murk-Eye funness. So I just keep in mind, I have my spells ready. I have my Jaina. I literally have Jaina in 3 spells. This is a perfect setup for this deck. I do Jaina on a slow walk. So that way she is, and I call it slow walk because she's basically going to take the longest route with the safest route. So that way she's on the field longer. So that way, no matter what spell I want to use, it'll get the buff from Jaina. So now I'm just being annoying and trying to just slow down what he was doing to me, slow down the ability of him getting his tower. And now I'm going to go ahead and try to capture it. He does get Harpies. I unfortunately messed up my second lightning strike. I could have easily cleared that and probably gotten the tower with this push. But again, little mistakes go a long way. I just finished it off with a cycle, and I get it. I didn't have to answer these Harpies, and my tower could have handled it. Yeah, kind of, it is what it is. Not that there was a better option. So now I see that he's getting ready to push again. Trying to just be ever so annoying. Again, he's also doing the same. It's part of his deck, right? It is just, we're both being hyper annoying. Just big push first, big push. He does take both towers with this push, though. At this moment, I'm like, dang it. I got nothing on the field. He's about to kill my gold income. I got no gold, and I got no towers. Things are going downhill fast. And then this push, look, he had 2 of these guys, and I was like, oh no. What have I done? So now he is making it so it's close, right? We are in overtime now. I now have more damage done to my main tower than he does. Am I able to turn this around, guys? I truthfully don't remember. I can't remember. I pity the fool. So again, I'm trying to cycle it. All of my minis are just getting shredded. Jaina is going to go ahead and pop in here, and I need to finish that off. I'm hesitating on where I want to prioritize, and then oof, Jaina goes down. Yikes. So now I have to, again, answering all his pushes. I am getting damage done to his turret. I don't see what I did. Maybe that was a wolf, a Prowler rather. I didn't see what I did, but I apparently I had to be a Prowler with the amount of damage that I did. He Blizzards my tower. I am able to get his tower back. And now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Whatever, execute time. There's 12 seconds left. So I did get Jaina out before I did it. And that little bit of a sneak with the execute and the Blizzard was enough for me to steal the game. Whew. Stressful games. Overall, I'm a big fan of this Jaina build. It is just so much fun, and the clear casting is my go-to. You can use other things like the blink it can be okay, but the clear casting is a must in my opinion. I absolutely love this Jaina deck, guys. I use it no matter what the meta is. She is always in my top 3 for PvP pushing, because there's so many different ways you can utilize this deck, and you can switch out things if you need to. You can switch out Prowler for the hatchlings if you want to, or something like that, where you get a little bit more control over the map. You have so much flexibility. The biggest thing is keeping these skills, in my honest opinion. Everything else is flexible. You could also do the little merc eyes in there if you want with the bubble shield. It's a little cheap 2 cost that has shields and does some pretty good answering for both air and ground, but you do need to have at least some amount of a tank, whether it be a Quillbar or anything else. You get the idea. Ultimately, guys, this is my favorite deck, and I'm so excited to bring it to you guys. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. And once again, thank you so much, Warcraft Rumble, for sponsoring this video and the channel. Until next time, guys, I hope to see you in a video soon. Take it easy.